Lesser wings are having two surfaces, the superior or cerebral surface and the inferior or orbital surface. Orbitosphenoids or lesser wings are the two triangular plates projecting laterally from the anterior superior part of the body. Now we have the superior surface or the cerebral surface of each wing, which is flat and supports the part of the frontal lobe of the brain. Next we have the inferior surface or the orbital surface, which forms the back part of the roof of the orbit and the upper boundary of the superior orbital fissure. Now guys, the lesser wing is connected to the body by two roots, the upper thin and flat, the lower thick and triangular. So the main features of the lesser wing are the optic canal, the anterior clinoid process, and the superior orbital fissure. So the optic foramen is the opening to the optic canal, which is funnel-shaped and transmits the optic nerve and ophthalmic artery with accompanying sympathetic nerve fibers into the orbital cavity. The left and right optic canals are 25 mm apart posteriorly and 30 mm apart anteriorly. Now, moving towards another important landmark, we can see that the lesser wing has the orbital fissure, in which you can see there is slightly a triangular shape and leads from the cavity of the cranium into that of the orbit. Now it is bounded medially by the body above and by the small wing below, by the medial margin of the orbital surface of the greater wing, and is completed laterally by the frontal bone. The orbital fissure transmits the oculomotor nerve, the trochlear nerve, and the obtuse nerve, and the three branches of the ophthalmic division of the trigeminal nerve, and some filaments from the cavernous plexus of the sympathetic nervous system. Now, the orbital branch of the middle meningeal artery, a recurrent branch from the lacrimal artery to the dura mater, and the ophthalmic vein. Now we'll discuss the borders of the lesser wing. First we have the anterior border, which is serrated for articulation with the frontal bone. Next we have the posterior border, which is smooth and rounded and fits into the stem of the lateral sulcus of the brain. And it ends medially as a prominent projection, which we call the anterior clinoid process. Medially, the lesser wing is connected to the body of the sphenoid by anterior and posterior roots, which enclose the optic canal. Inferiorly, the posterior border forms the upper boundary of the superior orbital fissure. Let me tell you another interesting fact, which is that on the greater and the lesser wings of the sphenoid bone, we see the depressions on these surfaces, which we call the juga cerebralia, which are the cerebral ridges of the cranium, and we have the impressions of the digitae, which are actually the impressions of cerebral gyri. So this was all about the anatomical landmarks of the lesser wing of the sphenoid bone. Now we'll move forward to the pterygoid process.